Okay, and we should be live. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. If so, welcome to episode 3 now of Your First Jungle Clear. Basically, this show is all about going over early jungle pathing from my people in my Discord, my community, my subscribers, seeing what they could be doing a little bit better, what they can be working on. I've seen all my reviews just all the time. People just make games so much more difficult than they need to be, just from early jungle path. And like, I actually have found more and more that I do these reviews is people actually have an alright idea how to close out games. It's just getting that past that first, 5 minutes, having a strong early game, and then you can close out the game through good League of Legends fundamentals. But yeah, again, people just get themselves in really bad situations for no reason. So, we're going to jump into this pretty quickly here. We have our first guest, Leo. He actually needs to shoot off pretty soon. How's it going, Ads? Guts, good to see ya. Alright, so I'm going to drag in Leo now. I believe this is an Ivern game of his. Alright, Leo, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Alright, we are going to actually stream. Can you guys tell me if you guys can hear Leo alright? I actually have adjusted some sound settings. So you don't want to talk again, Leo? Do you want to introduce yourself? What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Abdullah and I'm calling from Pakistan.
Great, it sounds like the chat can hear you all good. Alright, so you have the stream up. I'm going to get the game up now for you.
Okay.
So there is some delay, but I'll make sure that I don't go too quickly.
I just wanted to ask, what were you talking about, the basic fundamentals of League of Legends, like how to close games early?
Well, I mean, obviously it's not that basic, but what I mean just about that is, in terms of like in general, people know how to close out games. Like when you have a lead, it's like, well, I'm just going to take Baron and then we're going to siege, stuff like that. But it's just that early game where you have the most controls, especially as a jungler, you have the most control of a game the first 15, 20 minutes. After that, it just starts to get very difficult. And a lot of that all comes back to your early game. Always the first jungle clear, always the first jungle path. So
Yeah.
that's what I sort of mean by that. But all right, so we're going to jump into your game here. So you actually were on the show last week with your Karthus, and now you've switched to Ivern. Do you want to tell me a little bit why you have now switched to Ivern?
Well, I wanted to play farming type junglers. And then I thought, no, I just take back to my main. He was my main in last season.
Okay.
Where with him I got to diamond last season.
So you got to diamond only playing Ivern?
Yeah.
So why did you start playing Ivern?
Because I wanted to learn something new, something like farming jungle.
And in terms of Ivern, in his current state, like Ivern definitely can work, especially against very bursty assassin comps. So I actually think in this game specifically, the Talon, Diana, Lee Sin, the problem with Ivern into Lee Sin, it is very difficult for you can get really shut down in early games. So your early jungle path is really important. So I'm really actually excited to go over this. But he's very good into champs like Zed, Talon, assassin type champions, because they have to one shot someone. If you can use your shield, items like redemption and stuff like that, it really nullifies their strength as a champion. So let's
but I think Ivern is very good in every team comp if you have a good ADC or maybe something a good person.
If you have a really good ADC, obviously protecting your ADC is very good. You have no damage as Ivern really, but actually I think with the changes in terms of Ivern, in terms of his auto attacks, and I like that you've gone airy here. This is actually pretty good in terms of you actually can do damage with red buff, but you really need red buff. So you go airy. You take Nimbus Cloak here instead of Mana Flow Band. Why do you take Nimbus Cloak?
Mana Flow Band, I don't think I can proc it very quickly, and I don't need that much mana. But Nimbus Cloak is very good with the changes. So I think I can smite the enemy something, and then I can run away.
So Nimbus Cloak is more... so you're saying more use it to run away? Is that more...
Yeah.
Okay. I guess sort of makes sense. But the way I view it, Mana Flow... Mana is literally Ivern. Yes, you might not be able to stack it as quickly as maybe if you're in lane or something like that. But super important to get your mana pool as much as possible because mana is literally everything for you. It can literally be the difference between missing like a shield and like, you know, getting a shield in terms of, you know, a team fight. So
Yeah, I know, but I think how many games I have played, I have never been in a managed.
okay,
I have never.
yeah, that's fine. All right, so I mean that's definitely a thing. We'll definitely see how it works this game. Transcendence, and you got Gathering Storm. I like in this last tree just water walking, just so I'm speeding around river. Like let's say if you're getting like a scuttler, like on like let's say Lee Sin's about to contest it, you can just get it and then like run away. Like I think water walking is really good, and it's especially for those skirmishes as well. So I mean I think Gathering Storm's fine, but I'll prefer water walking just to move around the map more because at the end of the day, like you want to get Moby Boots as Ivern, right? And your goal is to be everywhere on the map, like as much as possible. Does that make sense?
By the way, I'm duo with this Yasu.
Okay. Yeah, Yasuo actually Ivan's a really, really good 2v2. And then you go Cosmic Insight and Futures Market. These are the cookie cutter ones there. And you go CDR, Adaptive Armor. All right, rest of your runes are good. Okay, so let's jump into the game here. So tell me about what are you thinking in terms of early path? Actually, let's take a look first at this invade here. Looks like you guys are going for an invade with Nautilus. You get some wards, so you know where Lee Sin starts. This is actually very good for you. So then you can get... If you can get away with a good early game, like level 4, Ivern, like, the game is, like, really, really good into your control for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, but people just throw the games. Like I just can't tell you. I just won 7 games in a row. I got promoted from Plat 3 to Plat 2, and then I just lost like 6 games.
Okay, so you actually got to Plat 2 and then demoted back, only playing Ivern
Yeah.
across 7 games.
Yeah, I just played a lot today.
Alright, so I do like it that you are potentially looking to start. So always the way you need to view Ivern path in. So yes, you obviously start Wolves, or let's say if you want to start the red side, you can do Raptors red, then work your way down to bot side. But I think actually looking to gank top early would be better than bot. Like, yes, you do have a Draven Nautilus. Actually, I think either's fine, to be honest, because you do have a Nautilus Draven. Draven getting him hurt in early games is very good. So you can start blue, Wolves, blue, Gromp, work your way back down here, get your Raptors, smite red, walk back down here, collect these camps, and then gank bot. Is that like an early jungle path you would be looking to do?
Yes, I'll try to do every game. Like I do this every game.
Okay, this exact path, no matter, you actually don't start top side. I mean, red side.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Is there a
I
reason
always
for that,
start
or...
like Wolves. Like no matter my position in the like even if I'm on red side or blue side, I don't care. I always start my.
Okay. I mean, I still think it's fine. I'll just be again thinking about where to gank. I mean, look at this Talon right now. Like, this is definitely very gankable, you know, if you move the other side, but still okay. Let's get these camps. Let's get on the map. All right. So we know that Lee Sin started blue, so he's most likely
He will
top
gank
side
top.
now. Yep. Bot's pushing, so there's not much you can do here. I would go onto his Raptors and get his Raptors. Like,
I don't wanna take his Raptors because I have to smite it. I'm saving my smite for the.
So yes, I like that idea, and I wouldn't smite it at all. I'll just get it because Lee Sin's going to spend a lot of time here, and by the time you can do like a lot of things here. You could even do like get the charge on this here, do Rift Scuttler, smite that, walk top side, clear that. Then you want to go on here, get the charge going on this base, and then maybe you can even potentially go here and get it. It just gives you options, you know, like there's no harm in it. You're full health, you have red buff and blue buff, like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, there's just no harm in, like, even sometimes you might not get it, just get the charge going, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so unfortunately, Lee Sin, I didn't see you ping this much here. Like, this is in terms of tracking the jungler. You didn't exactly ping that much in terms of where Lee Sin was. I mean, I think this was, like, actually a bit of a dive anyway. So, yeah, just in terms of tracking the jungle, it's just good to help your teammates just ping in if you know where they are. Alright, so you actually do come on here and get this. But remember, if you got this a little bit earlier, it would have been better, right? Get the auto attacks going.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take a look at this skirmish again. So you do know that when you put the brushes down, you still get, so yes, you don't get the auto attack range from it anymore, but you do more damage.
Yeah, but I do damage.
Yeah. So you always want to like just place it down here, like right on top of you, and then just start auto-attacking her, you know? I mean, obviously you missed the Q there, you burned the flash. Maybe you wouldn't have killed her anyway, but just in terms of ganking, always try and get your brushes down. You do more damage. Right, so I'll do Raptors. Come here. Actually, no, come help this Yas. Awesome. Awesome start. And this is your duo, right? This Yas? Okay.
Yes.
So this Yas is your win condition here. And you take these, right? This is like a really good start for you, man, honestly. So we see Lee Sin in here. Force him out. I wouldn't really do too much. There's nothing more you can take off this. Hit the Scrying Plant. Base. You probably have to go bot side after this because you can't go top side. It'll be a bit inefficient because you've already taken Raptors, you know?
Oh. I just wanted this Lee Sin to be like really afraid of me.
Well,
And he was low and he was making mistakes, so that's why I wanted to punish, because my bot lane is pushing. So that's why I thought like we can collapse on.
okay. I sort of understand that, but he's already low health. Like he's already nullified in terms of like if you can, you view games as if you know where Lee Sin is and his low is not ganking early, you just outscale. So use this time just to be doing your camps. You know, he's already low.
Okay.
Just back out, get into that mindset. It's like he's already off the map. That's good. I know where he is. He's, you know, at least, I mean, look at your farm right now. You could be literally accelerating your lead even harder. Even be looking to counter jungle, to be honest, as well.
I just wanted my bot lane to get ahead.
You can do that, but do that efficiently, right? So I always say in my videos, do like, yes, you have a priority, you have a focus, but create an efficient jungle path around that. That's what I've titled this live stream here as well. Is like how to create an efficient jungle path while still. Because I mean, look at what's happened bot here. You've just wasted about like a minute. You have done nothing in terms of you haven't killed like Lee Sin. You didn't really take his Krugs. You know, you've sort of wasted a good minute or so, and you still haven't based. You know, you want to be getting Moby boots as quickly as possible. It's so efficient. Like getting those Moby boots, like as soon as you get Moby boots, like I look to base straight away and just be again everywhere on the map as Ivern. That's your job. And I actually want to ask as well, we talked about F keys, using them to look at your lanes. How are you going with that? For Ivern, you must use F keys. You need to be looking at lanes 24/7 because you don't have to kill camps, right?
I do when I tap the camp, I try to watch the like I use.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Look to base. Go top side here. I like this. Go take Krugs. You do have smite for this. Great. Just protect him here. Actually, could you afford control wards on that base? Do you remember?
No, I didn't. I don't have the money. I bought movies and a dark seal.
Alright, that's fine if you can't afford them, but I mean, I'd really be looking to get controlled. So I think that being top here is a little bit of a waste of time. Like you even said you want to get your bot lane ahead. So what I would want to be doing here is get in, like base in, go collect these camps, get control wards down here. That's why I really want you to have control wards, because then you keep protecting your bot. These guys are like bot side of the map is your win condition now. I really wouldn't be worrying top side of the map. Dragon's a huge objective in these games. Just again, denying the fact that Lee Sin can't get dragon is really, really big.
So you are saying that like I have to play around my win condition by putting control
with wards. Yeah, always be looking to place your, especially like denying vision, getting vision for your team, just so they can safely push. Keep scaling, keep scaling. That's what you want to do. Always think of Ivern. Just keep trying to scale.
So where should I put my control wards if I want to protect my bot?
So if you're really looking to pressure and like literally be here, like just place a control ward literally in this bush here. I will circle it on the map. But other than that, you can use sweeper to sweep like river here. And also this is another hotspot for control wards, you know, like outside their red buff.
Okay.
Got it? So I think this is a bit of waste of time top here. I wouldn't be top at all. Like you need to get your camps. Like the longer you spend here, the more your jungle pathing is going to be messed up and you're going to be inefficient. So the more time you waste, not good.
I just screwed that gang up because I thought that really I would pressure him with my slow, but he didn't.
Even if
So
he
that was
does,
waste of.
even if he does, this is not worth it. This is not your win condition. Like, I need to
Yeah.
emphasize that. Like, getting this Aurelia ahead is way less important than keeping your bot lane safe, keeping your Yas safe, you know? Like, time
Yes.
is a very valuable resource in League of Legends. Every second you're doing the wrong move is hindering your ability to, like, win these games. So look, this Talon's just going to get away. You've wasted about 90 seconds here. Look at all your camps bot. This is inefficiency right here. And you need control wards, and now you're stuck on the map without control wards, which really limits your impact on the map, and you lose Dragon. So this is such a perfect example of an early game that's gone wrong because you didn't play around your win condition, you know? Because you're topside. Remember, showing topside as well is also, that gives free information for the whole team. Enemy team can just sit back, relax, get a drink. They don't have to worry about you because you're top, you know? And Lee Sin's like, oh, I'll just take Dragon. Ivan's top doing nothing. Your early is 0-2. And Talon is a very hard champ to gank. I would have only looked to gank him in the early game to get your Aurelia snowballing, but that's it. Spot's getting shoved in here. See, again, the fact that you don't have control wards is there's not much you can do. Like, what are you trying to do here? You know, it's like, you can't gank. You don't have any way to control bot lanes has priority. Like, maybe you guys can look for a gank bot, but these guys will probably back off after this. Reset, get control wards, spend your gold, come here, do Krugs, work your way back down to start pressuring bot and mid. See how they just back off? There's no reason for them to come stay in this lane anymore. There's no way for them to contest.
So I have a question, but it might sound stupid, but
There's no stupid
when
questions.
should
Go on,
I
Leo.
when should I sell my refillable potion, like as an Ivern?
Because
I
like to
think
keep
if
it
I
for a
sell,
while.
like if I sell this pod, then I can buy control wards. Like I don't have I don't have like position for my control ward in my inventory.
So
that is the problem.
That base you did before, I think it's fine to keep your refillable potion. Refillable potions are still pretty good, I'd say up until 10 minutes. But after that, I mean, right now, I mean, you could have based and got control wards like 3 minutes ago, right? So,
Okay.
you know, like, I'd say past 10 minutes, sell your refillable potion if you get control wards. But if you can keep your refillable potion as long as possible, that's great. But yeah, sometimes you want to get control wards that are more important than, especially when objectives like Dragon and stuff is up, then, some healing from refillable potion.
Well, the last time when you review my Zen game,
Yep.
after that game, like you can see my OPGG, I was like getting around 7 to 8 control wards per game.
That's great.
Like,
and did you feel the difference in your games?
Sometimes it might be 11, but on Ivan I don't buy control wards. Like I usually don't buy them.
Nah, control wards for any jungle. I don't care what jungler you're playing. I think even especially more so Ivern, because you need to defend your, especially in the early game and stuff like that. Like your entire job as Ivern is your support.
Yes.
So what do supports do in League of Legends? Their job is to ward, deny vision, sweep. That's their job. That's the way you need to view Ivern. You're not a carry. The moment you're playing Ivern as a carry, you will lose.
Okay. The another question I have is that when I have a losing lane like Aurelia, so that it means I'm giving free herald to the enemy team.
That's fine.
If I'm keeping my like vision in the bot side.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if your win condition's bot side, give up Rift Herald, that's whatever. But I mean, ideally you're not. But I mean, if your top lane's losing that hard, like, yes, you will lose it. But you are very not good at doing objectives in terms of, like, Ivern, you need your team. You can't just go solo Rift Herald,
Yeah, I know.
Oh. All right, so I think that wraps up our early game here, Leo. Do you have any other questions? Because we'll jump into our next caller.
No, thank you so much for that.
All right, no worries, Leo. I'll drag you back into the waiting room, and I'll catch you next time.
Bye.
See ya. All right, so that was our first review here. I'm just going to get out of this game. I'll take a look at chat quickly here. Barkley says, can you switch schedule for me and Jackson? All right, Jackson, you can be next. What about nullifying orb against 2+ AP champs? Yes, nullifying orb against 2+ AP champs I think is good. How's it going, Poltron? Good to see you here. Poltron's playing a lot of Elise. Elise, I think, is great in the meta right now. Thoughts on Pantheon jungle? Not good at all. I think that Pantheon, like, yes, he's obviously a very good level 3 gank jungler, but he's way more suited in the top lane. If you get behind on Pantheon jungle, like, see you later. You cannot, like, catch up, especially with catch up experience gone. Like, you're literally like useless. It's just a cheese pick. I wouldn't be playing that. There's so much more better junglers that do level 3 ganking better than him, like Jarvan, Elise, Rek'Sai, Lee Sim. Do you have any tips for me to grind? Oh, you're asking about Poltron. Yeah, Poltron's definitely a good jungler to listen to advice from. He got Master last season on OS. Stick to 3-2-3 champions. Yeah, don't expand your champion pool too much. And I always see this all the time. People are constantly asking about switching champions all the time. Champions, every time I review, someone's like, oh, the champion's the problem. The champion's the problem. I can literally go into a review and I can literally list, I mean, you see in my reviews, like 20, 30 mistakes the player makes. The champion's got nothing to do with that. If you have good jungle fundamentals, you can play any champion to high elo. But past like Diamond Plus, you do need to start going to meta champions because it just becomes more difficult than it needs to be. If you start blue side and go top side reset, should you just go straight for a scuttle or blue? Okay, that's this question for Poltron here. Which Panth wasn't as weak in the jungle? I love Panth. Yeah, unfortunately, he's not a jungler. Captain Chunk. Poltron says, I think securing the scuttle isn't a bad idea. Camps aren't at high risk of being taken, but the crab is. Were you talking about the early path in terms of the Ivern? Oh, no, actually, sorry, that's for the question. Never mind. Is Kiana jungle still viable? No, Kiana jungle is gone from the patch. I made a video on it. Kiana jungle is no longer viable. Her attack speed got nerfed. Her jungle clear sucks. And she never actually was, I think, a good jungler, to be honest. Like, yes, she's like a good... I think she's way better mid. She makes way more sense. She can just push and just roam insanely well mid. She's just a better mid laner. Should you ever gank top when objectives aren't up? Depends. That's a very general question, Buster. I can't answer that. It's based on your win condition. It's based around if your objectives are coming up in 3 minutes or 1 minute. Because, I mean, you need to prepare for objectives in advance, ideally. Thoughts? Yeah, on Pantheon Jungle. I answered your question there, ASD. I really want you to review my game, but I'm at work. Yeah, unfortunately, maybe next time, Grant. Nathan, you've been wearing that shirt for like 3 days. I literally have like 5 of these shirts when we were sponsored by HyperX. So these are sort of like my just chill home shirts. You think my champion pool is good? Kane, Echo, and Olaf. I don't like Kane at all. I think Kane is... I just feel like the game is way too much out of my control in terms of early game Kane. Like, yes, he's good in terms of scaling. I'm just not a fan of Kane right now. Echo's good. Olaf's good. Echo's a great pick for the AP champs. All right, so let's drag in our next guest here. I'm going to go for PJ. I think we said he's fine. All right, PJ. Can you hear me all good?
Yes, I do hear you.
Excellent. What's the game you want to
stream
look at?
here?
Yeah.
The game I want to look at is Sejuani.
Oh, this is
7, 3, and 11.
Yep. By the way, I actually just uploaded your Zach game review on my channel, by the way. I don't know if you...
Oh, did you? Okay, I'll go watch that.
Yeah, you can watch that after. All right, let me just log on to North America. And your summoner name's the same as your in-game name, right?
Yeah. Barkley.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate the support. All right, so Sejuani. Why Sejuani? I mean, obviously you played Zach in terms of that game that I reviewed. Do you sort of just liking tank junglers right now? Like, I think Sejuani feels a little better.
Always been a tank jungler.
Okay. I definitely could tell that you sort of knew in that Zach review, again, you can watch that you sort of knew how to play tank junglers better than some other reviews I've done. So it definitely did look like your comfort. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I've been trying to switch over to like Warwick and Olaf and stuff like that, just because I feel like I have more agency as far as like taking neutral objectives, but they're just not my style. And so I'm trying to get back into playing my tanks, my Mumu, my Sejuani, that sort of stuff.
A Mumu I don't like at all. Like, I really think that Sejuani and Zach are infinitely better tanks than a Mumu. Like, he got...
I would absolutely agree with you right now. Unfortunately, Mumu is my favorite champion in the game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, a lot of people love
Not very good right
now.
now.
I'd love a Mumu. You know, like, I'd love to play a Mumu. I actually did play a bit of a Mumu, like, when I was, first ranking up, but he's just... Because the thing about him is he can't escape, right? So once you're in, like, yes, you can escape, with cool things with your Q over jungle walls. But the problem is the moment once you're in, you're in. And if you take the wrong engage, it's game over. But with Sedge, you can Q away. With Zac, you can E away,
Yeah, right.
Like, junglers, like, champions in general in League of Legends that can jump over walls are just better than most champions. Like, if you look at all the metas and everything, it's just better. They just jump over walls. It's more flexibility, especially as a jungler, You can jump over, like, Dragon Ball and stuff. All right, so can you see the Sejuani game up right now?
Yes, I do. I see it.
I'll actually answer this question for Captain Chunk quickly. So when you say it's not the champ, do you recommend someone not caring about the power level and just play the fun champs if someone has goals of climbing? Yes, having fun in League of Legends is so important to improve in. If you're playing a champion, you're like miserable on hate, you're not going to have fun, playing the game. So I am a huge advocate of this. The champ doesn't matter because I am literally living proof of it. I got rank 2 challenger. This is rank 2 on an entire server playing Udyr, one of the worst junglers like in the game. Like, this is around season 4, season 5. Champion, I literally just perfected jungle fundamentals, and that was enough for me to climb. And then I couldn't get sort of further than rank 1 because I just wasn't playing like champions that really could capitalize on early game and stuff. But rank 2 is rank 2, so that answers your question there, Captain Chunk. I'm a big believer in champions literally don't matter, but games are easier if you play meta champions because they are just better than champions like Udyr. All right, so let's take a look firstly at your runes. So Aftershock, Fontalive, Conditioning, Overgrowth. This is standard. Alacrity, Triumph, great. They don't have much CC yet. I actually really just like taking Alacrity on Sedge regardless because it just helps you get those stacks up like a lot more, obviously, just for your passive. And then if you need to opt into Tenacity, then Merc Trade is the best,
Yeah, I think I don't remember, but I think I did go Merc Trades this game. I don't remember.
I think this is a Tarby game. Yeah, this is definitely a Tarby game, I think. Like, I just don't think they have enough CC to warrant it, to be honest.
Well, I was trying to play around bot lane, and the Nautilus scared me. So I was thinking I needed the tenacity.
It's okay. But against Lucian, Warwick, and... you do take double armor here, I see. I think that armor health is better on Sedge.
Okay.
Even if you're versing a heavy AD.
For health scaling?
Just health scaling. And it just helps you get, like, if you're building Warmogs, it just helps you get that Warmogs proc, like, a lot easier,
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get your vision. Let's take a look at your... So you want to talk about what you were thinking about in terms of early win condition?
Yeah, at Champ Select, I kind of made the decision that I was going to be playing around bot lane because I had a Teemo versus Kale top, and generally speaking, I just don't play around Teemo. And mid lane, I had Talon versus Garen, and I didn't really think Talon was going to be doing much in that lane. I don't think Talon really kills Garen that easily, even with help. I know that I'm Sejuani, and I know his melee attacks stack with my melee attacks for the stun, but at the end of the day, it's still a Garen. He's still going to be really hard to
Garen
kill.
is a bit slippery.
And so I knew that I wanted to concentrate around bot lane, especially since I had the Leona CC with the Sejuani CC. Like, it's just free kills all day.
Yep, I think bot's absolutely win condition here. Caitlyn has the range advantage over Lucian. You shut down Lucian early game, get your Caitlyn rolling. I want you to be a 3-man death squad with your Caitlyn, Leona, Sedge. Teemo...
And that's eventually what ended up happening.
Great. Teemo, he's like a counter to melee champs, right? Like, he's into a Kayle. I sort of do like to sort of limit Kale's potential scaling a little bit, so I would look to early gank it, but just the fact that it's a Teemo, I really would not be ganking top. I think that I agree with that. And I think that mid is still potentially gankable. And I think it is good to get Talon. You don't even need to kill Garen. Like, if you can get Garen low, chunk him out, and then you roam with Talon bot and 4-man dive, that works really well as well.
Right. Well, we'll see pretty immediately in the game here. We'll see Talon do some pretty questionable things, and so I gave up on him pretty quick.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. I'll do the same thing. So let's take a look at the early game. So yeah, start in red here. But again, I would start blue here, I think, just so you can impact bot as early as possible.
Okay.
But it's also, I still think, okay, because bot lane is likely to be pushing. Caitlyn has advantage. So I actually still think it's fine if you do red, Raptors, Wolves, blue, Gromp, base to do Krugs, and then gank bot if you can.
Yeah.
I think that's what the path I'll do, because I'll just give top roof Sculler to Warwick. Let him have it. Warwick will beat you 1v1, especially the fact that he has Conqueror.
Yep.
Okay, you're actually doing Krugs here.
Try to avoid him.
This is max efficiency path, and I actually talk about this in your Zac review. You should have done Krugs. This is still okay. I mean, if you want to do a full clear, I think this is good.
That's what I opted into, was a full clear, because I saw immediately, like right off the gate, my Teemo and my Talon and my Caitlyn are all just hard shoving their lanes.
Yep, I think that's fine. But remember, when champions are shard shoving as well, don't always just think about ganks. You also need to think about protecting them. So they're vulnerable in the hard shoving, right? So again, you want to be protecting your bot hard shoving, which is why I want you to be bot.
Okay.
All right. See, I think this is definitely a wasted gank flash.
Yeah, it's a huge waste. I felt dumb about it as soon as I did it.
Yeah, this is an instant regret. Just doesn't make sense. You should be safe, especially the fact that, yeah, you need it for bot. Bot kills 100%.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously I screwed this way up, but I was really scratching my head. I was really scratching my head that the Talon burning both summoners and then dying anyway.
Yeah, that's a lane that I'm starting to look at. Okay. But to be fair, you sort of stuffed it up for him a little bit.
I did. Yep, I baited him.
All right, so let's base. There's nothing more you can do top here. Give top rift Sculler to Warwick. Get a control ward. I like it. And let's go bot. Wow, Warwick's actually doing a lot right now in this early game. He's literally just getting...
Oh, he's on a warpath. And if you watch the map, I'm pinging him every time, and my team is just not listening.
This is Silver 1.
Like, right? I'm about to start pinging bot lane, and they don't back up. Like, I knew he was going.
You see, if you knew he was coming here, I think I would have skipped Krugs, placed the control ward in this brush here, and just waited for a counter gank.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy, especially in silver players, this guy thinks he owns the world right now. This Warwick thinks like, I can just keep killing and ganking everyone. The fact that you've based and he hasn't means that you guys will win this very hard. Especially the fact that you have like a Leona for melee auto attacks and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's not helping these guys. Because what I want you to do here as well, and in terms of priority, like even if Warwick doesn't show, because these guys are scared right now. You see how Caitlyn's playing it, even though you pinged it, right? Like you just need to let them shove this to reset. And what that will do is, even if you show here, it's all good. That's a win for your bot lane because they get to free reset, and then they'll have more momentum coming back on the map because Lucian's stuck under tower on 10% health, forcing to auto attack the minions, and then he stuffs up his base. So that actually helps your bot lane like a lot more. Like you don't actually need to always gank. Again, just help her push out. Warwick is here, you know. Maybe spend like 10 seconds here, look for a counter gank. If he doesn't counter gank or like doesn't come gank, then you just come here and push it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I definitely think you guys, this was a free kill. This guy literally went into a wave. You guys actually kill him anyway. So yeah, so this is still good. You come help these guys. But I think you would have killed Warwick there as well. Alright, great. Let's take Dragon. They're dead. Awesome. This is great for you. Okay, so now, and this is what we talked about a little bit on the Discord in terms of creating an efficient jungle path around your win condition. So I want to be bot for red buff, right, spawn, right? And still impact bot because this is going to start pushing back. And the way that I know this is because, like, again, unless, I mean, Caitlyn is not going to touch the wave at all, right? Because she's just not around. So this is going to start building. Because their minions will come quicker than your minions come, and then this will start pushing back. So in around 60 to 90 seconds, if Caitlyn doesn't continue to push, then this will be pushing back. So you want to create a path around this. So the way what you want to do here is you do your Raptors, your Wolves, your Gromp, base reset, spend your gold, come here to do red or look to impact bot.
Okay.
But the other thing here as well is, I mean, it looks like you're basing to do, I mean, I hope you go topside out of this. Actually, no, do you actually do this? Oh, and then you base here. Yeah, so this is actually really bad. This stuffs up your entire jungle path. Because let's say in terms of options now, like this is just not efficient at all. Because then, let's say you go topside and you're forced to walk down here, but then Raptors isn't up, right? And you've staggered all your jungle camps respawns right now from doing that Raptor camp.
Okay. So
it would have been better to do Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, base, and then your Krugs and red will have nicely spawned, and then you don't need to worry about raptors because then you're pressuring bot. You could even actually look to go for an invade with bot priority with your Leona.
Okay.
So it creates like a lot of options for you. So now you go topside. No, see, now you're skipping your topside camps, which makes sense because bot's your win condition, right? But
yeah,
you just did it inefficiently, you know?
And there was quite a few times during this game where I was thinking, like, man, I have not gotten my topside camps in so long.
Well, we just saw it there. You could have gotten them if you created your path around that.
Yeah.
But this is still good. You're getting these kills, bot. You're getting your bot ahead, but you could be doing it a little bit more efficiently. Like around 8 minutes, you need to be level 6. Like your Leona is literally out leveling you.
Yeah.
And now the thing as well is what it does when you create an efficient jungle path. Because if you pressure one side of the map, then and you've taken the jungle camps on the opposite side, well then Warwick can't counter jungle you anymore, right? Because now he has a lot of like even if you get stuff bot, look at all the stuff that your Warwick can take from you because you haven't cleared these. You know, it just also limits him being able to punish you for you making these bot plays. So really good ward here, track in, and we see Warwick. Yeah, I'll just back off. Caitlyn has no mana. These guys are back on full health. But they actually commit to it, and alright. But Garen actually roams down. Alright, actually this is definitely not good. See, I
wanted to get out of this.
I just had a gut feeling this would be not good. I actually just didn't want to fight this at all, because Caitlyn needs the base. Like, she's sure Leona has ult and stuff. Like, Garen roams down here. As soon as I see Garen roam down, like, see you later. Like, all you need to do here is literally base, go topside, clear your camps, walk down here, clear raptors, and then your bot will be back here and re-gank this again.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is where you need to get disciplined in terms of not fighting. Because even if you get these kills, right? Let's think about what are you going to get off these kills? Like, bot lane has to base anyway.
There's no Drake. There's nothing to do.
You can't, you know what I mean? So it's actually a worthless fight. It's way more efficient for you to base, go topside here. Don't risk any deaths or fighting here. And cleanly, like, re-gank it.
Yeah.
Because you also need to think about as well, if they come here and do this, they're also getting nothing. So if they come here, spend all these resources, Garen roams down here, Talon can now get free push of mid. They're wasting time. You're actually wasting their time. Like, pretty hardcore as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I think my whole thought process here was I was really scared that the Warwick was going to ult on top of Caitlyn, and so I wanted to get in his face before he could.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good mindset to have. Protect the Caitlyn as a tank. Yeah. I mean, again, it's a sort of sticky situation, and you will, most of the time, unless you're very disciplined, you will go on that fight, because you're like, well, they're here. Like, Caitlyn sort of is in a good position for range, for protector. Maybe we can still win. But the big core thing there was Garen roaming down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're actually going to kill this Garen. Actually, Cal stuffed up his ult there. That's hilarious. He ulted himself, and you're going to kill him as well. Alright, there you go. Rift Herald. Good. Kill this, kill this. I love that you've seen the Hulk here. And then reset, spend your gold, get 2 control wards, then come down for Dragon. Because your bot lane is dead right here. There's nothing for them to do. I mean, it actually looks like they're going to get Dragon off this. So, yeah, actually, this is not ideal position at all that your bot lane died here. Actually, don't base at all. Just do your Raptors, Krugs, reset, top Rift Scuttler, and then come back down to bot, because you're going to have to concede Dragon anyway. So I think this is fine, what you do here. Yeah, just concede Dragon. I love that you didn't contest this at all. You know when you've lost it, it's gone. Good base. No, you should have based there. You really need to spend your gold to get 2 control wards. You have 1600 gold right now. I mean, maybe you can help this Cake get this tower, but you just need control wards, and you actually do base. Good, good. 2 control wards. Great, you're doing it. But I actually would go back bot again, because I would just look to break this tower. This is actually such an important objective right now. Don't worry about efficiency at all. Break this, flip the map, come here, get top lane, and then you can use Rift Herald to break mid.
Yeah, so my thought process going into the next few minutes of this game was that I know that my bot lane is ahead, and I know that they're going to get that tower inherently. And I know that I want to shut down, or I don't want Kale to scale either. That's kind of like a side win condition. Like, I can't let this Kale just have free reign over the game.
Yeah.
So I actually drop Herald top, and we end up getting like 2 or 3 turrets for it.
Yeah, can work, but you don't really need to worry too much about your Kale scaling because you will end this game with Caitlyn pretty quickly.
Okay.
So, I think that, it obviously works for you, win this game, but like you see what's happened here. Like, what happens if Kate died here? You know, suddenly your win condition's suddenly going away, and then you're suddenly playing defense trying to react on, Kale. So just come in here securing it, making sure they're 100% getting this. Like, sometimes even though you think they're going to get a tower, just make sure they get the damn tower because you never know, things like this can happen. This is such a perfect example of it here.
Yeah. So if the right move here would be to go down and help them get bottom turret, but I'm not necessarily using my Herald down here. I probably shouldn't.
No, don't use your Herald. You don't need your Herald down here.
Yeah.
I want you to Rift Herald. I want you to save Rift Herald for mid.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that pretty much wraps up the jungle path. I'm going to need to get into Jackson soon. But do you have any other questions about that?
No, that was. Everything that I could have done differently there, I can definitely see why I should have done it differently. So that's good.
Yeah, well, that's why I definitely want to get in with you, the why a bit more. And let me know on the once you watch the Sedge Zach one. Actually, I haven't had a chance to write the notes for it yet, but I'll do that after this stream. But yeah, let me know if I need to explain anything more.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
You're always helpful.
No worries, PJ. Thanks for coming on again. I'll talk to you later. All right. So that was number 2. It looks like Jackson's going to be coming in next, and then we'll do Poltron. I'll just take a look at chat. Now's a chance to ask me any questions if you guys have any. My personal biggest problem as jungle is that I can watch these videos and totally get it, and when I get into the game, I just can't think efficiently for some reason. Couple of things. Are you like really focused? Do you listen to music when you play? Listen to music. I'm a big against that. It just gets you into like this trance of like I'm just playing casually and you just lose focus. So let me know if you actually do that. But it all comes down to just trying to think. And yes, you're gonna stuff it up. Like it's very easy to just watch a video and be like, oh, that makes sense when you're looking from a bird's eye view perspective. But when you're actually in the game itself and there's a lot more information to take into account, then it just becomes harder. And the other thing as well is, Captain Chunk, are you using F keys? Because F keys help your decision making tenfold. Or like you don't even need to use F keys. I do recommend using F keys, but just moving around the map. All right, so Totoro says, should you only play Sedge if you have other melee champs with proc stuns? Ideally, yes. Playing Sedge with like a full ranged like AP comp, like not ideal. Yeah, I would try and pick her. Like I always pick Sedge if I feel like I need a tank and I have like champs like Aatrox, Aurelia, Yasuo to, combo utilize my like Sedge is a very good combo because she can proc the Q knock up. Personally, I guess I'll watch it. I do Scout, but probably not. All right, so let's get Jackson into here now. All right, Jackson.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Your first name's Kyle, isn't it?
Yep.
I'll just call you Jackson though. It's just your name.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, so let me just get your North American server, right?
Yep. It should be my most recent J4 game.
All right, how's your ranked been going since the review of your game and since coming on? Was it Monday?
Your last review?
Yeah.
Or your last live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just been trying to, I was processing the information, but once I was getting into games, I felt like I wasn't in like a focused mindset where I was able to use it, I just wasn't thinking things through, thinking about it through the game. It was actually funny enough, you just mentioned the music thing, and that's actually an issue I had. I was listening to music during my games.
Yeah.
And just listening to the same playlist and stuff when I was going into games that I was losing, I would just go to the next one, and it just kind of let me like get out of that focused mindset. So I've been better off not listening to music or just like an ambiance or something.
So the problem with music, especially if you use the same, let's say you use the same playlist or listen to the same songs when like you're like on the bus, like traveling, or like when you're relaxing, like as soon as, if you ingrain your brain into thinking that like, so like I feel this way when I listen to this certain song.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it's like, oh, this song's playing. Like, all right, Carl's trying to focus here, but every time we listen to this song, it's like, hey, buddy, let's just chill out here, you know? Versus
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what happened.
It's actually sometimes good to have like a pre-ritual in terms of music. I think music is good, but if you have specific music to get you in specific, like the zone mindset beforehand, I think that works really well. But I mean, in general, I just don't listen to music at all. I'm literally going into game, just like full focus mode.
Yeah, for sure.
I turn up the volume. I love incredibly loud League of Legends because I just feel like I'm immersed in the game, you know? Like I hear like
absolutely.
champion abilities, I hear my abilities, like especially with Jarvan with his passive, the sound on it. I just love the
Yep,
sound it
it's
makes
beautiful.
on it, right? So
Yeah,
I turn it really
powerful.
up, really high up. All right, so let's take a look at your game here. Let's start with your runes.
For sure.
Zone, Conqueror, Domination. I like you've taken Tenacity here. Coup de grace, yep. I'm just sort of thinking maybe it's a last stand game, but auto attack in a Jax is pretty difficult. You are into a volley bear, but they do have 2 range champs here. I think coup de grace makes a lot of sense. And then sudden impact, relentless hunter, it's good. And then you go attack speed, AD armor. Do you go magical footwear, cosmic insight much?
I was literally just about to ask you about that. I know I've heard a lot about it for like the gold efficiency and stuff, or like for the boots at least. But I've personally just always gone the domination tree, but because I never really know a game, you know, by looking at it when I should take the other tree. What would you say about that?
So when I go this tree, I'm thinking like the Conqueror Domination. I'm thinking I need to hard carry the early game. If I'm going magical footwear, cosmic insight, I'm thinking about like scale in a way and hard carrying, because then you don't need to worry. You can start impacting the map with warrior as soon as possible, and cosmic insight helps you with, you know, the CDR and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So because the way I look at this game, you don't have that much damage theoretically, like in terms of like consistent, like you have Urgot, Lissandra,
Yeah, you're right.
but this is like a carry Jarvan game. Like I'm going full carry mode this game versus if, let's say, if you had like a, like, you know, very vulnerable, like a Kale top, like a Rise mid or something like that, then that's where I would be looking to go all in, getting them ahead, and, you know, get in domination tree. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. That makes sense.
All right, so let's jump into. So you want to talk about your early win condition, what you're looking to path this game?
Yeah. So typically I watch what my top laners pick first. For this game, I saw that it was just double tank, double TP, so I didn't really see anything too specific as to what I should do. Usually if I have like an ignite on my team, I'll say, okay, there's some kill pressure there, so I'll gank top early, level 3. Or if like I have a melee on my team against like a Teemo range or like another ranged champion, I'll know that they push in. But I thought, for some reason, I was thinking that Urgot was going to push in with his like his W range. I don't know why. And I was like, I don't know if my EQ would really be worth it on Jax, because I know if he uses his E when I EQ, and even if I get the knockup, it's going to like render my passive useless.
Yeah.
I can't get the Conqueror stacks. Plus, he can just ward hop with his Q probably, and not even have to blow flash to get away. So I aim to go bot level 3.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jax is a very hard champion to gank with, a like double melee sort of, or like it got semi-ranged, right? But you know, at the end of the day, he's like all AD damage. So yeah, definitely agree with you here. Getting Misfortune's ahead, I always look to do that, because Misfortune's like a pure lane bully. She scales really poorly compared to someone like a Senna. And actually, mid is very gankable. I actually would prioritize mid as the huge like win condition ganking here. Like Lissandra plus this into a Syndra that's taken Ignite. This is literally free kills.
Okay.
So I think I really like Jarvan and Lissandra actually works really well together, because you can chain CC them for literally a long time.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
And she can't get out of your ult past, like, go there, burn her flash, literally flash ult on her, she's dead, you know?
Yeah, I think I do end up doing that more late game, but yeah, I have issues with figuring out whether or not I should see mid as a win priority or a win condition.
Anywhere, you need to think about what tools do the enemy team have, what CC abilities do they have, how vulnerable is the opponent. Like, this is the perfect mix of everything. Lissandra has... Syndra's very vulnerable. Lissandra has, like, her E and ult. Sorry, her W's the thing and ult, you know?
For sure.
But I mean, bot is still good because Taric does have CC abilities, and again, Misfortune's good to get in. All right, so You come down here, yeah, you can't really gank anywhere right now. Just do your camps.
Yeah, and I know volley. I saw Bot come down late with no man or with some mana lost, so I knew that they started blue side, and I was assuming that he cleared his full blue side since he started there. So I didn't really think I should invade at that moment.
Yeah, yeah. If you knew that he's top side, then he's definitely done a full clear pretty much. All right, so what happens here?
Yeah, so I had the knowledge that he was topside. This is one of the things that I made a mistake on. I knew where he was. I probably should have pinged that. I kind of believed in her too much because I knew she had the ward. She did react to it pretty quickly, but she was pretty pushed up. And then he can obviously just Q, get pretty far, and I think he ends up flash queuing. I think they blow like 3 sums mid for that kill, but still, I should have pinged.
I mean, theoretically, Lissandra should get out of this. She does have flash and E, but the fact that you even said you knew that Volibear was top right.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you may look to Rift Sculler, but the fact that you have this water, like, you come here and just sit this out and let's wait for her to fully push this in, and come here, look for a potential counter gank. If nothing happens, she bases, you go to Rift Sculler.
Yeah,
I actually
Absolutely.
think that, and this is again the thing with don't always view you need to gank a lane. Protecting a lane is equally as good, if not sometimes better.
Yeah, I should think
So yeah,
about that
I mean,
more.
think about if you were here to EQ, like you could literally kill these guys. I reckon you could kill both
Yeah,
these
it would have been
guys.
2 kills. Yeah, you're right.
And they burn like flashes, you know?
Yep. Dang.
So just look at the wave. It's like, does my laner need to base? Do they need to push it in a little bit more? And should I be...
Yeah, this is actually odd. So Volibear, I thought he had so I saw him smite, but I thought it was on a caddy minion. But either way, I was really weirded out because he had smited a minion. So I was like, I thought that the Syndra was kind of gonna flame him in chat. So she pauses for a moment, and I go into EQ, but I kind of had an electrocute mindset. So and I missed the EQ because she had sent the message through already. But yeah, it was funny.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, so yeah, so now you need to start thinking about doing jungle camps again because your Gromp's coming up, your Wolves are coming up, Dragon's coming up in about a minute or so.
Yeah, I think I should have backed right after trying to gank mid.
Yeah,
or
back.
trying to get that Syndra when that happened.
Buy your items, Wolves, because you don't technically have mid. Like, yes, Syndra's gone back to base, but Volibear's most likely coming down here. You don't really just want to get into a situation where you're like fighting 3v3 here just for no reason. Like, you can secure Dragon pretty easily with the fact that you have a Misfortune Taric bot lane. That's going to have constant priority. The fact that you have a Syndra Burnt Flash here, I just need you to get, like, when Syndra comes back, be back on the map to re-gank her. And the way you can do that efficiently is, again, doing Gromp Wolves and then switching to this side and then looking to gank and look for, 5-minute Dragon.
Right.
Because let's say if you do these camps now and Dragon's coming up and you want to get it. Oh, you go for a
I
gank
can be
here
bot
as
side
well.
already.
This is a huge waste of a gank. Even if this gank is not worth it. Like, even if you potentially get some kills, I mean, it's very... Let me look at the wave position. They both have flashes.
At the time.
Look at the flashes they have. It's going to be very difficult to gank back.
Plus with Leona and Son of Stone. Yeah, I kind of just tunnel visioned at that point.
And now you're stuck with decision fatigue here. All your camps are up. Dragon's up. Your bot's dead. You want to gank mid. Like, there's so much to do here that you're sort of stuffed,
Yep.
Just the simple fact that you didn't base, Alright, this is a pretty good gank. I like this. Did you actually miss your EQ there? Let's have a look.
I'm catching up.
I'm going to replay anyway. Yeah, you didn't miss your EQ. That's not ideal. But,
yeah, I missed the... I don't know if I even landed the E damage on that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm watching it again right now. Yeah, I don't know if I wasn't in range for it, but I wanted to catch up, land the W and passive, I guess.
Alright, so you get Dragon off this. This is good, but really need to be looking to get your topside jungle camps at this stage. Base. What do you buy here?
Okay, so I bought Chilling Smite, but I definitely regret that. I think I should have gotten Challenging.
No, I think that this is fine with mid and bot being your win condition. Again, you're not going to be auto attacking Jaxes. I mean, it's hard to get even that auto attack off to get the red smite proc, right? So
yeah, you're right.
I think it's fine. I mean,
okay,
I think it's 50-50, but I'll be looking to go Stalkers just for that extra burst, just so I can one shot Syndra and center.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
You had a control ward. I love that you waited for that, and you're going top side here. And oh, you're looking to gank Jax. Huge waste of time.
Yeah, that that's also something that I was pretty embarrassed about.
And do you know the worst part about this? And I'd say that all the time in my videos, you showed top for no, you gave free information to the enemy team. They all know they can chill out. They can potentially kill your bot lane now. All your jungle camps are up. Look at your jungle right now. This is so inefficient. You're level 5 at, I said it in the last review as well. If you're level 5 at 8 minutes, PJ was literally almost level 6. You'll literally just hit 5 at almost 8 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
So this is, again, highlighting inefficiency in your gameplay. In your path lane. And you go re-gank top. And you do get the kill, but that is not worth it. Based on everything here and based on bot. Like, you've spent time and resources in bot. Like, you've burnt their summoners. You've spent time and resources in mid. Keep hammering these lanes. You've never touched top at all, and you randomly decide, I'm going to gank Jack's top, here's flash, you know?
I think I just DC'd from Discord for a moment. Sorry, I lost the last 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. I was basically saying, you've put your resources and time into burning summoners, bot and mid, but you randomly go top, and, this guy has flash. You've spent no time to set it up, and you, suddenly switch your mindset, I'm just going to start ganking top now. And it's a Jax, you know?
Yeah, you're right. I could have cleared camps and been bot by this time, probably.
I'm just looking at you, you have so much decision fatigue right now. It's ridiculous. This is where you get overwhelmed in the game, and then you start making bad decisions because you're I didn't plan it beforehand. So then it's think of it like you're studying for an exam, an hour before the exam versus preparing for the exam, making sure that you know everything versus being just trying to rush because you'll stuff up, you know?
You're right.
All right, so that wraps up pretty much the early jungle path for you, Jackson. Do you have any other questions?
I don't. Oh, actually, I end up. This is something that I think I should have gone ninja tabbies, but I ended up buying Merc treads just because of the amount of CC they had. What do you think about that? I literally sat in base for probably 10 or 15 seconds, and I was like, I don't know what I need to do right now.
I think Merc treads. I'll double up tenacity.
Okay.
Because they
I did buy
Syndra,
Merc treads because all of them have CC.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. Other than that, I don't believe so. Yeah, I think that might have been my. I ended up buying on first back. I think I got my blue smite and boots and one control ward. Because I felt like for dragon pressure, one control ward would have been fine. Would you suggest buying the 2 in sacrifice for not getting boots?
I actually was looking at that before. How much gold did you have? I was actually thinking you should buy Warhammer instead.
Okay. Why's that?
Where was that?
Right before the 3rd death, I think, on the screen.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you buy here. So you have... Oh, sorry. This is actually, no, this is before you couldn't afford Warhammer at all. No, I think one more control ward here is fine, and boots. I really do. Actually, yeah, I do. I think this is a fine base.
Okay.
Just to get back on the map as quickly as possible and sort of look for a gank.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely missed... if I would have backed before the invade and then going bot for no reason, I would have been able to buy blue smite and 2 control wards. That probably would have been optimal. And then I would have been back on the map and with no need for boots. But yeah, I think that's all I was thinking.
Great. I hope that was helpful, Jackson. I will
absolutely
move you back into the waiting room.
Yep. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
No worries. You too. All right. I will take a quick look here at chat again. And then we'll get Poltron, I guess, is the next guest. Where is his game here? Log on to OS. So if you guys have any questions for me, now's the perfect time to ask them. I also don't have a guest after Poltron, so if anyone is around and wants me to come review their early jungle path, I'm on mute. Why am I on mute? I still muted. Alright, so let me get onto... You're not muted. Alright, I was trolled. Thanks, James. All right, so let's get on to Oast now. We'll drag Poltron in here soon. Nathan, found you through Reddit. You've been very helpful. What do you think of new jungle changes? So yeah, that's a good question. We actually talked about it on my Discord the other night. I think that my actually view of the jungle position is it's actually in a very balanced role. Like I think that everyone complaining about the catch up experience and stuff. Like I think it's a good, like if the game ever gets to the state where farming junglers are a thing, that's not a healthy legal edge. Like junglers aren't meant to be like full hardcore carry mode. Like you never get more experience in gold than your laners. And like that's not the job of a jungler. If you want to carry and have insane amounts of gold and have perfect CS, then play mid lane or top lane or ADC. So I mean I like the extra little bit experience. I love that, but what they really did, I think they put on a cap. There's actually a penalty if you do AFK jungle farm, which I'm very happy about, because again, if it gets to that AFK jungle farm meta, it's just not fun for anyone. Hold up, I'll have you review it. All right, great. Odyssey, you can jump on after Poltron. I want to learn jungle, but the new jungle changes come in scare me. Changes, like jungle's a jungle position. Like don't worry too much about changes. It's very small in terms of what actually will happen. All right, so let's get on. Let's drag Poltron in here now. All right, Poltron, you are live. Can you hear me all good?
Yep.
Great. All right, I'm just getting up your game now. This is the 4-4-10 Jarvan game, right?
Yep.
I think someone in the chat was excited to get your game reviewed.
Yeah, I think it was last Blader.
So what rank are you right now? Are you almost back to master? What's going on?
No, I've been playing on a Diamond MMR account, just spamming Elise whenever it's open. Yeah, that account was placed, I think, in Plat 3, but it's Plat 1 now, nearly Diamond. But I'll just rank that up for a bit. Spamming some Elise up there.
So this is a Jarvan game. So you're playing just Jarvan and Elise right now? Is that your...
I played Jarvan because Elise was banned, and I do want to learn Jarvan as well.
Yeah, I think Jarvan's really good. I love Jarvan right now. I think Jarvan like Elise, Lee Sin, even Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai's probably better for solo queue compared to competitive, but still really, really good. I'll just actually answer here. I can't seem to join your Discord. If you don't get they should get an email, Joey Senpai. If the link's not in the email, then message me after, and then I will resend the link to you.
I think they just joined.
Oh, cool. All right. So let's start with your runes. So you're going Conqueror, Alacrity here. Yeah, they don't have enough CC to warrant going. Sorry, Tenacity. So you're going to build, what boots are you going to build out of curiosity this game? Ninja Tarbs?
Probably Tarbis.
Yeah. This is a tricky one. Like they do have Nautilus and like Diana. Actually, no, it's fine. Let's go Alacrity, Ninja Tarbs, Coup de Grace. And you're going full carry mode, which I talked about before. Like, if you want to go full carry mode in solo queue, I definitely love Magical Footwear Cosmic Insight. I just think it feels so nice. Just skip your boots and just buy Warrior straight up, right?
Yeah, getting Warrior on J4 early is really good.
All right, yeah, I think your runes are great. All right, so tell me about what you're thinking about early jungle path game plan.
So I am enjoyed with the Camille this game.
Yep.
I think 2v2 top lane early we can win if we play it correctly. I don't beat Zinzan the 1v1 at level 3, level 4 from what I know.
Yeah.
I think level 2 might be okay, but I don't really want to fight 1-1 anyway.
No.
A lot of lanes are quite gankable. Mid has no escape without flash. Top can spin away, so it's a bit harder for top. Again, MF is gankable. So what does happen? We see them invading through our bot try. I did board the Raptors. I backed to get a red sweeper. So I told my duel, let's go invade the red buff. So I'm running back up here, and my plan is to start their red buff this game. Okay. So I just start walking up. Yeah.
All right. So do you know they're still here, or have they gone to blue?
So we see them on that wall. We see a few of them walk away, but I'm not too sure where the jungle is yet. We chunk out the Trinity a bit, and we just decide to take it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think this is a bit risky, man, honestly. Like you are against a Xin who could just be coming. Like in terms of 3v3, I mean, I guess your duo with the Camille, so you guys can coordinate. So I guess it makes sense. But she actually didn't start E and stuff. But I mean, Camille's actually pretty strong early. Jarvan's pretty strong early. Actually, this is pretty 50. I don't know who wins this 3v3, honestly.
I think Xin Zhao level 1's pretty weak because you'll only have E
true.
and
Yeah.
So we know their bots, bot. Both mids start walking up, so neither one of them gets any of the XP mid. Trin is chunked out from earlier. He's like 60% health, I think. So it's pretty free, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's the right move. All right, so
I see Xin on my red.
He's in on red, yeah. So you're gonna look to try and defend it, or it's just
nah, it would take too long for me to run there, so I just decided to take my blue then Grump.
Yeah. So in terms of early ganks and stuff like that, so Sona lane is always very hard to gank, right? Because she doesn't have CC, but Senna does have CC. And Misfortune is a lane bully, so it is ideal to... Like, these guys, like, really get hardcore outscaled. So, potentially look to protect bot lane and maybe gank bot lane, but you sort of need to be cautious because they do hard win 3v3, right? And the fact that you're now trading sides here is
means
not
bot's
ideal.
open to a gank.
You know?
Through the bot tribush.
Like, look at the wave position right now. These guys, like, if Xin... These guys are stuffed, you know? So, I mean, that was like my initial thoughts in terms of why I didn't really like you doing this, because you would potentially trade sides of the map. And Tryndamere, like, in terms of... I mean, Tryndamere lanes... I just, like, don't... Like, Camille just would just outscale Tryndamere, right? So...
I don't think Camille wins the split push, though. Like,
actually,
the later
sorry,
it goes.
that's right. She doesn't, does she?
Yeah,
No.
but I
she's
think...
better in team fights, yeah.
Yeah, I think she can off them all in team fights for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, Dinah, obviously, melee matchups mid are always very gankable because they have to commit auto attacks to the wave, right? So, yeah. I mean, the biggest thing here, like, I think it's fine what you've done based on what's happening, but I just don't like the fact that you've hard traded bot side for this. But we'll see how they survive. Right, you're pretty low right now, but you do have red buff. You come to counter gank mid. Burn is In's flash. Oh, that was I don't know if that was worth it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not too sure about all of it.
I would, like, taking a flash, like, that's a win, right? It's obviously a small win. It's not as ideal as getting a kill, but I mean, I guess Camille, so... I guess it's fine. Actually, did you even need to flash? You could have just...
No, I probably could have just waited for the Camille leader land.
The biggest thing
that's
here
my
is
bad.
I don't
I
like you
wasted flash.
flashing, you know? Just wasting flash. I think this play is fine here, especially that Kimmel's committed to it. Like, definitely get the kill. But yeah, I mean, I always view, if I get a burn a flash in the jungle, like, that's a huge win for me. You know, if I see
we end up
flash,
using...
it was a lot for that.
Yeah, we used 2 flashes in the TP, so it was a lot for that. I think we could have just done it with 1 TP only and not have myself and Mod flash.
All right, so what I would do here straight up this gank is I would go... So you need to think about where is Xin Zhao going to go, potentially out of base. I would potentially juke going bot here, right? And go topside Rift Scuttler, and then base get gold, and then go bot.
I was thinking about that, but I saw the bot wave and I thought, okay, this might be a gankable.
That's not
gankable. If they don't back off it.
This wave is no way gankable. Look at your bot lane's level 1. Look at this wave. Impossible to gank.
Yeah. I think I'm playing I'm playing expecting them, to not play optimally and back off after the waves crashed. Which is, I guess, my mistake.
Yeah, you can't be playing that way, You need to be playing... Because then you're just rolling the dice. It's not smart League of Legends.
Yep. So I should have just gone through my jungle and gone to top crab.
Yeah, like going around here, make sure you're not seen, take top crab. Because remember, Xin Zhao's going to... And then he's going to go top. And he's like, whoa, that's an outplay. You would have literally outplayed him. Because he'd be like,
right.
And then you can spend your items, because these guys need to get levels, man. Let them get this wave. Don't... Because if you die for this, like, somehow, like, they 3v2 with 2v3 you, which is a potential, honestly. Like, your bot lane is so weak right now. Nautilus Misfortune is very, very strong in terms of the early game.
Definitely a coin flip play by me, this spot play.
Right, you do kill the Nautilus, but yeah, this is a huge coin flip. It looks like it works, but I think the whole thought process around that was not ideal.
Yeah, it worked this time, but it's not the best play to make.
Alright, so I love you went red skirmishes, Saber there. You're into heavy melee champs. It works really well, especially with Conqueror. 2 control wards, good.
So I think when I based, I was telling my top lane care for the Xin gank top, but he told me his wave was frozen, so that was fine. I go clear this vision, but he walks up instead, so I start engaging on them. I don't know why they took this fight. We had levels on them in a way.
Yeah, there's no way they
So,
would
yeah.
fight. Good fight take, good kills, great.
We did kill them both here, and yeah, so now in my mind I'm thinking, all right, top and I we're both ahead. This is our game to lose. So
Yep.
I'm just trying to think, what should we be doing to pressure our lead? How can we close out the game and stuff like that?
Alright, so the question here is, can we get a very early dragon? And I would put so much pressure on this because he's 0-2 right now. I actually wouldn't be too worried about him taking dragon. And what I would do here, I would keep looking to potentially punish. I would get an 8-minute Rift Herald. I think that's how you snowball this game. So do Gromp, like right now, do Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, Krugs, base go topside, get some vision, start setting up for the Rift Herald. And like, I want you to camp the jungle. And like, literally, I want you to make top jungle your jungle.
Yep.
And then look to keep protecting your Camille, keep her scaling. Because, I mean, yes, Trinimir wins the split, but he's not going to win the split for a very... If you set him so far behind, like Trinimir will literally be absolutely useless, right?
Yeah. I mean, my top is going to win the 1v1 currently.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so full clear down to bot. Reset. I wouldn't actually worry about Dragon at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't want to play around my bot because they were, like, not that strong, and I don't think we win 3v3 right now.
Nah, you don't.
So I do actually full clear, and I'm pretty sure I reset and go
Great.
top.
Awesome. We're on the same page, yeah. But I guess your red buff's up now, so it's actually a bit awkward. Actually, you go bot. Yeah, go get your red. Oh, no, you missed your red, man. You think about it, but you don't do it. Why don't you do it? Because you want to invade us?
No, yeah, I had top prior, and I knew, we saw Xin running through mid up to the red buff area, so we do go for this play.
Actually, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this is the play. Yeah, take his red. Yeah, this is great. This is making their jungle yours. So, where's your
I don't think Xin actually took my red. I think if he just walked past it.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Yeah, so I started spam picking my red because I wasn't sure if Xin was gonna take mid wave or just run and try invade my red. So I did start running down, but yeah, he just ended up taking the mid wave. So my idea here is to take red and then path up to top side again. Look to either help top or get rift, and again I have all my camps up top side.
I'm thinking, yeah, I like that idea, but I'm thinking maybe you should do dragon
The dragon.
here. Yeah, right now.
So I have mid pro.
Yeah. Just you and Mott. You don't even need bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have control wards.
I could possibly
Actually,
EQ the Drake wall and sink it, but
if I was seen on this control ward here, yeah, I mean, you could EQ, but I mean, look at the control that they have right now.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's fine. But I mean, you actually haven't checked these brushes. This is actually a bit of a mistake from you here. The fact that they've been bot side a lot in your jungle, just clear the pick control wards. There's always going to be control wards in here, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I actually don't think you could have dragged it unless you tried to sneak it. But I think that's a coin flip play.
I think I may have got seen on that ward.
Yeah.
This was a bit of an in play, but it worked. But it wasn't the best play.
Yeah, I mean, you
It
haven't
was too
built a
forced.
flash. This is way too forced. I mean, you got a lot of decision free T right now compared to ganking mid. Like, you need to clear you need to be top side, right? Constantly. Mid.
Yeah.
So you need to clear Raptors, Krugs, go top here, get some control wards down here, up top side, and keep hammering this top lane. But I mean,
I'd rather run top side, clear out my top side, and look to get rift to help my top.
yeah, again, 8-minute Rift Herald should be your. I mean, it's past, so it's 9 minutes now. Getting Rift Herald as early as possible should be your priority. Alright, how much gold do you have? You have 700 gold. You don't have control wards though. Yeah, so I think this is very inefficient because now you're stuck topside now, and your bot side camps are all up. You know.
Mm.
So ideally, clear those, come up topside, and you should be getting Rift Herald. You would, if you did that path, you would be doing Rift Herald right now.
So, did you say after the red buff, clear my bot side camps and back, and then just run top?
Yeah, don't do that mid gank at all. Just
Yep,
clear and
yep.
then go top. And do Rift Herald with constant Camille priority. But you actually do Rift Herald now here. I mean, you still do it,
Yeah.
but I think you've just done it a little bit inefficient.
I used Rift Herald pretty poorly. I kind of misplayed it.
Okay. So where did you look to
That's a
do?
fair bit of tempo. Top didn't want me to use Rift Top. He wanted to keep Trin in the lane for a bit. I wanted to rift over the wall here, but I misplayed a little bit. That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
If I rifted over the wall, we would have had all the gold.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is no one got the gold. I thought Mott was going to walk up and get the gold from the tower, but I don't think he saw.
I don't
and
think
no
I've
one got it.
seen a more useless Rift Herald in my life.
Yeah, it was really bad. So yeah, that was really unfortunate indeed. Just wasted Rift.
I mean, even the idea to do Rift Herald here, like, they can easily defend it. Trinimir's missing. Zin's like, off
They've
obviously
got
ganked bot.
outbots on a reset. Yeah,
The way I'm viewing Rift these days is like, not even for the turret plates, you must get it to get a tower.
right.
Honestly,
Okay.
I think it's so important. Like, just to snowball the game, just to like open up the map for your team. Like, yes, Mid Herald was the best tower to potentially get, but it is the hardest to get because the team can collapse on it easier. I actually agree with your top laner. You should have really used it to just break tops. I think because Camille roaming is so much threat, right?
Right. So do you think we look to stack a wave top and then Rift, or just
Yep.
try?
Yep.
Okay.
Stack away Rift.
Yep.
Like, Trinimir cannot walk up to get CS. He will literally
Yep.
just die. I mean, you could just play with him as well. Camille could just tank the thing and use their ult. You can EQ
Yeah.
around, burn his ult. Like, there's so many ways you can outplay this Trinimir.
For sure. So if we broke top tower early and then we've got a Fed Camille roaming through the mid lane, then we break mid tower and then we just look to win the game from there, I guess.
Yeah, not even. You can just switch the map, and then actually, you know what you can do is then you can go bot. Like, your bot's not that far behind. Camille bases, you guys do a 4-man play bot, take bot tower, then you can go. Like, the fact that they still haven't gotten dragon here. Like, you guys would have got dragon. You would have got everything this game if you did this path in that we've talked about in the early game. I think that this would have been like literally like a like you lose this game. You actually lose this game, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that these last like 4 minutes have been very questionable.
Yeah, we could have, Major and I could have both, played to the win condition a lot better. Even though, we didn't play terribly, but yeah, there was a lot of things we could have done better, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sort of wraps up sort of the early jungle path for you. Did you have any other questions you wanted to ask about this game or?
So from, just say I did Rift Top and the top tower, went down or whatever, and Trinimir's just stuck under his tier 2 tower, he can't do much. What should Camille and I be doing after that, besides roaming into their jungle, getting vision and such? Like, do we look to team fight or just look to
Once
skirmish
you've
and
broken
fix?
that top tower.
Yeah.
Well, once you've broken that top tower, ideally you're. I mean, again, do that play first, that 4-man bot.
Yep.
If that doesn't, I mean, you would just want Camille just to go on bot now. And then switch in the. Actually, no, you don't use. No, sorry, you want. Do that play, and then Camille, and then Trinimir will obviously have pushed top back in. So then Camille bases, soaks up all that experience. You pressure, you push back in top, and then you look for a roam play on either mid or redo that again on bot.
All right.
But the objective is to break towers, right? So you need to break, the bot. That's just your objective. Break bot tower. Like, that's what you need to do, and then mid. So you just need to figure out ways to do it and be creative. That's the beauty about being a jungler. Just be creative. There's no one-dimensional thing, right? But the core thing there is letting Camille roam, because that is, if I'm a Xin Zhao and I have a Camille Jarvan roaming around, my game is stuffed. I'm dead. Like, I can guarantee you that you guys become like a 2-man death squad, you'll get picks in solo queue. No one's coordinated, no one's controlling. You're getting controlled sweeper. There'll be so many opportunities to do that. So that's why, again, breaking that top tower is so crucial. All right, Poltron, well, thanks for coming on again. And
no worries. Thanks for helping me out.
No worries. I'll talk to you later.
All right, catch up.
All right, so we have about probably time for one more. I'm going to drag Joey Senpai in because Odyssey has been on a couple of times here. I'll just take a look quickly at the chat. How's it going? Easy? Just took a while. Can't seem to join Discord. Looks like you joined though, Joey. All right, cool. I'm going to drag you actually now, Joey. All right, Joey, can you hear me all good? Your mic's not working if you're trying to talk.
Hello?
Yep, there we go.
I can't even hear you in Discord at all.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I can hear you through Discord. But the thing's not lighting up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Joey?
I can't hear you through Discord, but I can hear you through your stream. I'm not sure why that is.
So you can't hear me through Discord, but you can hear me.
It shows
through
that you're
stream.
talking, but it's just coming through stream.
Yeah, it's probably switch your audio things to Discord.
Yeah,
Probably.
and I can hear myself through your stream too, which is kind of
Yeah,
horrible.
you definitely want to mute the audio.
Oh, you'll be right, actually. Give me a
Yeah.
second. Yeah, that'll be right.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Scuffed. Yeah, you'll be right. Say something now?
Yep, test 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no, perfect. Okay, awesome.
Alright, so what server are you on? What's your IGN?
Joe Senpai as well.
On OS as well?
Yeah,
Alright, whereabouts are you from? Are you from Australia or New Zealand?
I'm from New Zealand. South.
Gotcha. Alright, so what game did you want me to take a look at? I'm just getting on your match history now.
Either the 766 Rek'Sai game or the 9910 Rek'Sai game.
Alright, you decide which one.
We'll go with the 9910. Why not?
Alright, so you are currently Platinum 2. What were you last season?
Last season I think I peaked Diamond 2 or Diamond 3, promos to Diamond 2, something like that. And I ended in like Diamond 3 somewhere.
Sorry, did you say 9-9 or 7-6?
No.
9-9. 9-9, yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, so tell me about your champion pool a bit. So you're playing Rek'Sai, looks like you play Elise, Kindred.
Well, I was originally a top laner last season, and I basically just started playing jungle on a whim, and I was basically like a farm jungler. I was just playing like Skarner and trying to, whenever the enemy jungler showed, I would just go and invade all of his jungle and amass like a huge lead, and then just like try to 1v9 the game, being like a powerhouse. And that worked for me up until about like Diamond 3, but then I joined more of a team setting, so I started learning like Rek'Sai, Elise. I haven't really gotten around to Jarvan and Gragas. I don't really like them too much, but Rek'Sai and Elise are my go-tos at the moment.
Yep, I think all those champs you listed are good. I definitely recommend learning Jarvan, just in terms of he's always around the meta. If you're a jungler, Jarvan's a staple, you know? I mean, I think Rek'Sai is really good for solo queue. Competitive, I think that you can sort of, like, he does get outscaled pretty hard, but he's very, I mean, his gank solo queue are insane, like almost no counterplay. So I actually do really like Rek'Sai for solo queue. Let's take a look at your runes quickly here. So Halo Blaze, Cheap Shot, Zombie Ward, great. Wellness Hunter, Triumph, and Alacrity. All right, so why do you go Precision Tree out of curiosity here? Versus Walk-In and Nimbus Cloak, or Absolute Focus?
Just like for skirmishes, I suppose, early game, just so that I can a little bit more presence, I suppose. If we're doing like a 2v2 bot lane, I can get healing, that sort of thing. End up getting quite a lot of health, so I feel like Triumph is good for staying alive.
Yeah, definitely really good for the skirmishes, but I think that it's such a waste to get Alacrity. If you think about how much you're going to be auto-attacking this game, like you're against a Fiddle, you're against a Kai'Sa, you're against an Akali who has her stealth, and you're against a Graves who's like semi-ranged.
I feel like Alacrity might have been an accident. I feel like I should be taking...
the only time you go the Precision Tree is if you go... No, the only time you go Precision Tree if you go Triumph and Tenacity. If you're against a very heavy CC comp. It's just
so what did you recommend? You said Nimbus Cloak and Waterwalking?
Waterwalk and Nimbus Cloak. Nimbus Cloak, I think, works so well on Rek'Sai just for the smite. It makes your ganks literally like combined with red smite, blue smite, you're literally
the slow,
it's like you get the move speed from it plus the Nimbus Cloak. And your ganks, like, you literally will gank and you like literally zip towards them. You cannot counter. Because you know sometimes when you gank and you're so close to getting the knockup.
But you just can't reach them.
Like that just solves that problem. Done. Like there's literally no counterplay to it. I think that's the best runes for Rek'Sai.
Yeah. It's good. I actually enjoy and get the movement speed buff now. I think that's a really good change for junglers. Instead of having to use your ultimate for the movement speed like it used to be. I like that a lot. I'll definitely use those runes from now on. That's a good call.
And if you're versing heavy, what's it called? A CC comp, then you can go Triumph and Tenacity. All right.
Also, just a quick question. In the tree where it's like offensive, like you can take like CDR, AD, or attack speed. I usually prefer taking the double adaptive force because it means you can one-shot the small, like the mini Krugs. But like when I go on like a pro builds, that sort of thing, it will always say to take attack speed and one attack speed, one adaptive force. Like, what's the reasoning behind that?
You just like attack speed in jungling just helps your jungle clear tenfold.
Okay.
You would notice that every jungle almost goes it, except for rare junglers like Kha'Zix go double adaptive because
your
you're
abilities
going all in for
mostly
the
do your
assassin,
damage.
one shot, and like even stuff you don't need the attack speed because obviously you're using abilities and stuff. I mean that sounds cool in theory to kill the small cogs, but that's such a small part of the game. I can tell you guarantee that the attack speed will help you clear so much better. So there's literally, I would say there's no argument to not go in attack speed. It just doesn't make any other sense. All right, and you do go armor here, which is good. You're against the Graves. So you want to talk to me about your early game path? Like, what are you looking to do in terms of where you're looking to gank, where you're looking to put your pressure?
Well, I know for sure that Rumble I think is quite an easy gank for me, and Riven has like engage on him as well quite easily. So I look to gank Rumble quite a bit this game, and he ends up leaving the game just because he gets annoyed. Which is basically like the only reason we won. I honestly didn't play this game very well, but just basically this guy rage quit, which is why we won. And also our bot lane has a lot of CC, so if I can find ganks, that's nice.
Yep, yeah, Fiddlesticks is definitely very good. I mean, I agree. I think that top is your win condition here. In terms, Rumble is very easy for you to gank, especially with the where you can do over the wall with your E. Getting your Riven and snowballing, like Rumble cannot match him in the split at all. You can easily win the game through Riven. So I'd be looking to do blue, Gromp, Wolves, red, gank top. That would be my path.
Okay.
Alright, so what are you doing here? You're looking for an invade on Graves.
Sorry, I'm a little bit behind you.
Yeah, let me know if...
Is this... How far in are you? I'm 35 seconds.
Okay, actually refresh the stream. Your internet sounds like it's not ideal. I'm like 2 minutes into the game right now.
Oh, sorry, I was watching it on my own. I wasn't even watching your stream.
Okay, yeah, just watch it through the stream so that I can show you.
Okay, yeah, sweet. Yeah, so I'm invading his red buff. Yeah. I think we saw him on my ward, on his wolves, so I was doing his red.
Yep, yeah, so you placed that earlier. I actually really like that you switched out to Sweeper. Get an award for information on where the jungler starts, switching out to Sweeper. Especially with zombie wards, really, really good. I always look to get like a Sweeper start with Rek'Sai.
And I didn't know this in the game, but this area that I'm backing is actually wooded. Where I start backing here, I have no idea, but it's wooded. And I end up making a wee bit of a mistake here.
Okay, so the fact that you've taken this red here, yeah, this is pretty damn risky. The fact that like just reading body language right now, Akali keeps walking, right? So let's just
they must know,
E away, and I need you to base, spend your gold, and go topside and defend your red. And I need you to pressure. This is your win condition. Look at the lane right now. So actually, I really do like this red still, honestly. But this is a huge waste of time. You're actually getting baited by these guys, and this is not a fight you want to be taking.
Yeah.
And you just die for no reason here. Like, even if you got kills there, that's not how you win this game.
Yeah. I was planning on going in, because we have our whole team there, like we have our mid lane coming down. I was thinking of going in, they were all standing in a clump. I was just going to go in burrowed, flash auto, and just get a full man knockup. But I got silenced by Fiddlesticks, so I couldn't actually flash on them. And so it just I basically just walk in and int, which is a bit embarrassing.
There's so much that can go wrong with that. Yes, it sounds cool to get a full man knockup, but you're versing as you said, a Fiddlesticks with a silence and a fear, you know?
Yeah. I just assumed he'd already used it. I feel like he might have used it and it might have just bounced to me, which is why I didn't see it coming. Because I thought if I ended up just sacrificing myself there, we would have been able to get at least their bot lane, because they were both quite low already. Yeah. But I just ended up minting, and then they entered as well, so it just traded. But
yeah, so remember, the whole premise
still pretty bad.
You shouldn't have gone for that fight at all. Just not worth taking those risks. Play League of Legends smart, to your control. Whenever you start fighting 4 versus 4 or 3 versus 3, that's more out of your control, because you need to rely on your teammates doing well, right? That's why that's why I loved Rek'Sai early games, because you're just in 2v2 situations, 1v1 situations. They're way more in your control. So I try and avoid 4v4s early game as much as possible, or 3v3s. Yeah,
especially because I just got an out. And I just walked back in and entered it. It looked so bad.
Think about it. You got a huge win. You took Graves' red, means he's useless. He can't gank. You win the early game like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to get kills.
If I just recalled there and gone to my red buff straight away, he wouldn't have been able to get there in time. I would have had both reds and a huge lead. Yeah. And I walked back in. I just got I greeted because I saw this great opportunity to fight, but it turned out to just be garbage. It looks pretty bad.
All right, so that was a really good kill. You burn the flash on the get his TP as well. All right, so now I would be looking to. You actually really need to start looking to farm now. Like you'll just hit level 4. Akali is like literally not gankable, honestly. I think that Rek'Sai Akali. I mean, obviously you can see where she is in her shroud, but you have a Lux. Like Luxes don't do anything with leads. I never gank Lux lanes. Lux is a defense champion. She's very good at defense, wave clearing, but she's not good at snowballing the game.
Okay.
So, what you want to do here, great gank. You need to do your Krugs. Krugs is the most important camp in the game. Gives the most experience in gold.
Yeah.
Raptors.
I think I watched one of your videos actually saying that. That's why I just always just go to my Krugs if they're up.
Yes, you'll literally... No one does their Krug. For some reason, everyone thinks since patch 9.23 or whatever it was, everyone's like, Krug sucks. But if you look at the notes, they still give the most experience in gold.
Yeah.
Like,
basically, the reason I ganked Akali, I just wanted her to blow her Shroud. Because that's where most of her pressure comes in lane, is if she has Shroud, she can just like play around Lux, not being able to see her. And so I was just like, if I can get a gank and blow her Shroud, like I can at least, provide some sort of assistance and then just go back to farming, playing around topside. But I end up overstaying a bit. Which is,
you see, the thing with that is you've showed on the map and you've done really not like that's not enough to warrant showing on the map. Just burning her Shroud because she has pressure. Like Lux is in defense position. You don't need to. You're not going to kill her like an Akali. Like, yes, she's going to be a little... Yes, it does do something, but you need to think about it from the enemy team's perspective. Okay, now the Graves knows where you are, and you need to keep pressuring this Graves. Graves needs to be fearing for his life where you are on the map. So this is nullifying a lot of your pressure.
I try to sort of nullify a little bit of that by walking out through turret range, like through turret, so they lose vision of me, and I can go either way. I could go top or bot.
Yeah.
But I do agree with your point. It was a bad idea. It was just I feel like if I leave the lane for too long, Lux is just going to end up losing. So I was just like, if I can just give her a little bit of help. But
no, don't worry. Literally, even if she keeps dying, it's fine. Remember I said before, she's a very good defense champ. Even if Lux is 0-3, she can still wave clear. Like, But the biggest thing here is you need to keep going top and bot is like, I want you to be pressuring. And that's actually very hard for you to do in terms of you need to be one side, the other side. So every second you waste mid is not helping you win this game, is basically what I'm trying to say. And the fact that you haven't done Krugs for 5 minutes right now is really bad.
Yeah.
So every time this happens here, it's obvious where you are. Like, you're trying to kill Lux. Like, you've just cleared a ward. Like, reset your position. Like, it's like, yes, you have the control ward here. You're just wasting a lot of time on mid here, You need to clear your camps. You're going to be level 6. I mean, look at these ganks. You can see right here, they're doing nothing. You've wasted literally 2 minutes and got 1 camp. And now you die. So, Raptors, what I want you to have done there, instead of that whole, fiasco there. I mean, actually, no, ideally, no, what you do here is straight after that, because, I mean, we're so far at, because we've wasted 2 minutes here. After this gank, go straight to Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, base, go top, regank the Rumble, or like do Krugs, go back down, and then look to do Dragon on this next one, and blue buff will be up by then.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Just so after that gank, just go into basically like a full clear and reset to top again?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess my idea was I wanted to stay around Rumble because I was expecting the TP back. That's why I went down, I did Skull Crab, and then I hovered mid for a bit just so that I'd be near enough to go top, but I could have done the same thing just by going Krugs, which would have been better.
So I'm going back here. Look at the wave. You think that you're going to be able to punish this TP?
I guess in the situation, no, but my tunnel's still there, so if he TPs to like the wave or something like that, then it's like an easy gank. But yeah, not with how the wave is.
The core thing you've said there is if. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, Like, you never want to be having ifs in playing the jungle. As soon as you get into the ifs, you're like dice rolling and coin flipping. So like ifs is good for competitive League of Legends because yes, like you want to make clutch plays and stuff like that. But in solo queue, you're focusing on fundamentals, efficient path in, ganks that make 100% sense, Like as soon as you get to like, I always view every play that I do in the game as like a percentage. So it's like, how likely is this going to work in terms of like, 70, 30, 80, 20, like anything lower than 70% chance of it working, I like don't do.
Okay.
So you always want to look for those like 70% plays. And like in solo queue, it's fine if you miss opportunities because another opportunity will present itself 100% later in the game because everyone makes mistakes in solo queue. You can win games from like any position.
Yeah.
Like when I see this thing mid that you did here, it just tells me that you're like scared. You're like, oh my god, Lux is gonna die. I just don't know what to do here. Like you're getting confused here. You know, like you just relax. You know, you just take it, just full clear, get experience in gold. You don't need to do these plays.
Yeah.
Play around your wing.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely overcommitted to this. Just like helping out Lux there, where I really didn't need to, and then I didn't know Grave was there. I just ended up getting caught.
All right, so you go Tiamat here. Can you explain to me why you're going Tiamat on Rek'Sai?
Lots of damage early, and it helps me clear.
That's true, but it costs a lot of gold, and you miss out on getting your jungle items, and you don't have blue buff. So your clearing is, I mean, obviously, actually, sorry, you don't need mana, but I mean, just clearing camps like Raptors and stuff just become very difficult. Actually, no, sorry, they actually are still easy because of Tiamat proc.
Yeah, but the idea is it gives me like crazy AoE because it combos with my Q really well. It's just like all my, because I have auto attacks, right? I have like Halo Blade, I have an auto reset. I can get off like 3 to 5 auto attacks in the space of like maybe 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And so having that time at damage, AoE damage, and the active, and like on camps and ganks, right? It's always going to be up. Especially because maybe now, because I'm running Nimbus Cloak, because I will be running Nimbus Cloak, the smite will help. And so maybe I should maybe prioritize that blue smite.
Yeah,
but at the time with the alacrity,
that's the thing. The key thing you've said, blues, and Tiamat really sets your build pretty far behind, honestly. Like yeah, unless you're snowballing, you're 1 and 2 right now. Only by Tiamat if you're snowball. I mean, I wouldn't go Tiamat on Rek'Sai at all. I think Warrior is such an important item on him. It gives you a lot more damage than Tiamat does. I mean, obviously it's more expensive than Tiamat, but yes, it sounds all good in theory, but it just doesn't make any sense on Rek'Sai. Tiamat is like a Warwick item. It's like the early junglers that are like Warwick. Who else builds it? Like Shaco, stuff like that. Rek'Sai, you need Warrior as soon as possible. And again, you need the blue smite because for those ganks, you know, with Nimbus Cloak. Alright, so we kill bot here and we get dragon. I mean, look at this. It's 7 minutes in the game right now and you're like just hit level 5.
Yeah, I'm still pretty far behind in levels, mostly because of that mid fiasco.
And that's why I do this show, to talk about early jungle path, because you make this game so much more difficult than it has to be because, you know, you wasted time around not your win condition. So you get red buff. That was really good stealing it. Get dragon. All right.
Yeah, I had the timer because we got it last time. So it's really easy just for me to get that.
I would not be looking to gank here at all. They're backed off Karma's base. I need you to go top. You even put resources into the Riven, and you're sort of just, you've ignored him for the last like 4 minutes, you know? Like, just based on your jungle path. Like, yes, it's good you've gone to get dragon, but again, I mean, it all comes off that fiasco mid that happened. Like, now you're just sort of just wasting time, like bot clearing vision and stuff. Like, what does this vision get you anymore? Like, this is actually a waste of sweeper. Dragon's gone. Like, there's nothing more for you to get here. I need you to go topside, clear your camps, pressure. Look at this guy. He's literally on top of Riven, you know?
Yeah.
And you're ganking this Akali, you're going for this Akali mid again. Huge waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely should have been prioritizing top lane a little bit more than what I did here. Because I spent too long around the bot side of the map.
And look at this. You showed mid again, and guess what? They can go and like take your jungle and stuff now. Or Rift Herald, you know?
I think I kind of had to catch that wave though.
Yeah. I mean, I actually don't really care too much about catching waves. If it's so important for me to have a wing... I mean, look at the wave right now. Even if they push it in, it's not like they're going to stay for turret plates. Akali's going to base, you know? So let's say you stay for this wave, right? Like... Just, I mean, I actually don't care to push it in. I think it's so much more important to get these camps. Like, they're not going to continue sieging this. They have a lot to do here. It's just, again, your priority here is you need to get this Riven snowballing further than what you're doing right here. Only clear and defend a wave if it makes a lot of sense in terms of like you're nearby, like they've died, and you have nothing to do. But you have so much to do right now. That's more important than getting some experience and gold from the mid wave.
I think if I didn't catch that, wouldn't her wave have been
in a bad
Frozen.
position.
Like, would never been pushing towards the Akali.
But it doesn't matter because Akali's has to reset anyway. Like, she's just altered. She's going to want to go and buy it because she got a kill. So, you know, Lux is here just pushing it in, right? Lux can easily get this way back in a neutral position.
Yeah.
Like, you only need to worry about freezes and stuff, like, early game. Like, freezes is more of, like, a mid-early game laning thing. Lux has full... Like, at level 7, 8, she has full control of the lane. You don't need to worry about it at all. You know, she can one-shot lane. She can choose not to auto-attack. Like, think about... Like, if it ever gets in a freezing position, she can walk up, throw an E, run away, clear it, you know? Like, there's no threat there. Don't worry about that.
The way I saw it, it was just, like, so much free gold. I was just, like... Especially because it would just be crashing the turret, getting damage, and making it easier for Akali to get those platings. I was just, like... Might as well just, like, grab it. Especially with Tiamat, I can clear the wave very quickly.
Yeah, you definitely can, and it's good to soak up the experience in gold. But, again, there's so much more important things you to be doing, like, on the map. You need to view Rek'Sai as... Every time you're spent not doing something like important in terms of winning the game, early game, is time we'll lose into like, you know, you're going to get outscaled.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Okay. That's actually more of a thing to do in like if you're playing Karthus or Graves.
I think that might be. I think that's a very good point to bring up. Is that it's something you would do on a different champion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my habits in the jungle come from my early pick where I had like. I was a Skarner player, and I would basically just like
that makes sense on
take
Skarner.
Every resource I could, and then I would just be a beast later on.
Doesn't make sense on
so
that side.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bad habit, and that's a good point to raise. Actually, not the right chat. Yeah. Okay.
All right, and now you're gonna go for it. Let's get this. Oh, you should have E'd her behind him even further, but it looks like he's gonna go down with a kill here. This is good. All right, so you're gonna base here. You have 2,800 gold. You really need to base.
Yeah, I just see a free gank off. I'm just like,
yeah, it's fine. That's good.
This is actually where he leaves because he gets reganked again, and he's like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
So it paid off.
What I'll do after this is I would go straight bot, do Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, like look to regank top, do Riftshell, get some deep controls in their top jungle, and then look to just snowball the game from there. But it looks like he AFK, so that pretty much wraps up this review. So any other questions or anything like that? About jungle in general or this game?
What do you think about level 1 wards? Where do you think my ward over onto the wolves?
All right, so it all depends on like what you can get. So I think level 1, getting information on where the jungle started, champs like Rek'Sai, Jarvan, Lee Sin, you don't want to get
it's obvious. Yeah, you need to make informed decisions. So it's obviously better to have it than not have it.
It gives you options, right? So I think it's really good. I like that you warded this. This was really smart.
I mean, Graves is a champion who can clear his wolves very quickly, and so it's likely that he's going to prioritize doing those. So I was like, chuck a ward on there, gets me vision.
I mean, the fact that you got a ward here as well, like if you're bot lane water, like this is like the perfect early game because you have full information as Rek'Sai. So yeah, getting early wards, like you can, but you need to be careful for invades, you know? Like they could be stacking brushes and stuff. You can't always do that, you know?
I call my mid and top lane to come with me to top side usually and chuck a ward on their wolves or raptors is my usual go-to.
Yep, that's good.
I feel like when we have 3, it's unlikely we're going to be facing a full 5 when we're invading topside.
Yeah, that's right. No one really stacks in that brush unless you're like playing like a Blitzcrank or Thresh or something like that on your team.
Yeah.
All right, actually, Poltron
especially in solo queue.
Poltron just said in the chat as well that Graves actually went Talus from this game, which is very strange. Over Machete.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize. That is a bit odd, huh?
All right, well, I said I need to wrap up the show now. You came on as a last guest, Senpai, but good to have you on the Discord and stuff, and let me know if I can do anything more to help you.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you very much. That was awesome.
No worries. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, yeah. Bye.
All right, that wraps up episode 3 here. Ran a little bit over time, but that's okay. All for a good cause. I won't stick around. I do need to go now to run some errands, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be doing the next stream Monday my time, which is Sunday North American time. I'll put up the stream link or whatever in like the next couple of hours, and yeah, I do this twice a week, this time every single week, and then Monday my time every single week, but Sunday North American time. All right, Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next stream.